I am Dr. R. Sanap, Head and Associate Professor, Department of Botany, Rao Bahadur Narayan Rao Baravke College, Rampur. Today I am going to deliver the lecture on the study of plant family, that is family Orchidaceae. It is the part of syllabus of T.Y.B.Sc Botany, paper 4th, that is BO 334, and title of the paper is the Spermatophyta and Paleobotany. And this family Orchidaceae, it is the part of the Spermatophyta. I am going to deliver the lecture on this family Orchidaceae with reference to its systematic position or classification, then morphological characters of the family, distinguishing characters of the family, floral diagram, floral formula, and economic importance of the family. So let us start this family Orchidaceae. First, let us see about the classification or systematic position of the family. So this is the classification or systematic position of the family Orchidaceae. Division Phanerogams, subdivision Angiosperms, class Monocotyledons. After class there is no subclass. So in Bentham and Hooker system of classification, in monocots the class it is directly divided into the series. So here the series it is Microspermi, and after series, so there is no order. Series they are directly divided into the families, that is here the family Orchidaceae, and here the genus I have taken here, it is the Vanda Roxburghi. So the genus is Vanda, species is Roxburghi. So these plants of this family are commonly called as the orchids. So first, then let us see about the morphological characters of the family. Morphological characters. So here, if we see the habit of the plants of the Orchidaceae, so these are the perennial terrestrial or epiphytic herbs. So if we see the plants of the family Orchidaceae, these are the perennial terrestrial or epiphytic herbs. So many plants they are growing on the soil surface, they are terrestrial. On some plants they may be the epiphytic, grows on the other plants for the support and growing. So they are called as epiphytes. If you see the root, so the roots they are in case of the Orchidaceae, the roots are adventitious type. As it is the monocot family, adventitious type of root system is present. But in case of the epiphytic plants, there are three types of roots, and these are known as, the first is the clinging root, second is the absorbing roots, and the third one is the aerial roots. So three types of roots are present in the epiphytic orchids like aerates and so on. Let us see about what are the functions of each this root, and then how they are appeared on the plant. So before that, first let us see about the stem. So this stem, it is in case of many plants, these are rhizomatous. So they are tuberous. Tuberous roots are present. So many times the stem it is tuberous. Sometimes the stem there is a formation of the pseudostem due to the formation of the seeding bases of the leaves. Seeding bases of leaves, and it is unbranched. It is unbranched. And if you see the leaves are simple they are distichous, thick and leathery, and showing the parallel venation. It is showing the parallel venation. So these leaves, they are distichous, it means they are present in the one plane. Now let us see about how these leaves they are arranged. And so if we see the inflorescence, so it is the spike type racemose spike type of inflorescence is present. So the flowers, they are sessile and they are arranged acropetally. So it is the racemose spike type. Now here, if we see the arrangement of the leaves and the roots. So if we see, suppose this is the, in case of the epiphytic orchids, so these orchids, they grow on the support of the plant, and when it grows, it shows the presence of the three types of the roots. So three types of roots are developed. So these roots, they are, suppose this is one type of root, it is known as the clinging root. So this clinging root, it fixes the plant firmly to the firmly to the support or on the host plant. So these are the leaves. So these leaves are present in a single line or single plane. And so these leaves, these are called as the distichous leaves. Here there is the presence of the inflorescence. So this inflorescence, it shows the presence of the flowers. They are arranged in the spike type of inflorescence. So this is the inflorescence. So these are the leaves. So these leaves, they are distichous. So these leaves, they are present in one plane. So these leaves, they are produced on this side. These leaves, they are produced on this another side. So these are called as the this arrangement of the leaves, it is called as the distichous leaves. And here, this epiphytic orchid, when it grows on the plant, it produces the three types of roots. So first is this root, it is called as the clinging root. So this clinging root, they are doing the function of fixing or attaching or the firmly attaching to this plant to the host plant. So thus here this clinging roots, they helps to attach this plant to the host plant. Then the next root, it is known as the absorbing roots. So these absorbing roots, they, as the name indicates, these absorbing roots, they absorb the food material from the humus which is present in the crevices of the bark of the plant, and thus the problem of food material is solved. Then the another problem, it is of the water, and for the solving the problem of the water to this plant, here the special type of roots are developed, and these roots, these are called as the aerial roots. So these are the aerial roots. So these aerial roots, they consist of a special type of tissue. It is known as the velamen tissue. It is spongy in nature. It is spongy in nature, sponge-like. And so when these roots, they are present freely in the air. When this plant it grows on the branch, so at that time these roots, they are present in the hanging condition, present freely in the air. And due to the spongy nature of this root, that is due to the velamen tissue which is spongy, so it absorbs the moisture or air droplets from the air, and thus that water droplet. It means that water it get available to the plant, food it get available, and thus this plant it can prepare its own food material. And so thus here these epiphytic orchids, yet they are growing on the other plant, but they prepare their own food material. So thus these are autotrophic in nature. Now let us see about the flower and the floral parts. So if we see the structure of the flower, so the flowers, it is bracteate, they are sessile, bisexual, epigynous, and trimerous. Floral parts, they are present in the multiple of 3. Then if we see the perianth, so it consists of the tepals. These tepals, they are 6 in 2 whorls of 3 each. So it means the 3 tepals in the outer whorl, 3 tepals in the inner whorl. So the 3 tepals of the outer whorl, they are uniform in their size and shape, but the 1 tepal of inner whorl, so it is large in size, get modified into the different structure like the spurred, or maybe it is spurred in many cases, and this large tepal, it is known as the labellum. So this large tepal, it is called as the labellum. So this it is somewhat irregular size and shape, and many times it get modified into spur, and it is very important for attracting the insects for the pollination. So all these tepals, these are the petaloid. That is petal-like, it means they are brightly colored. Then if we see the androecium, so this androecium, it consists of the stamen, one or two stamens are present, and the stamens, they are represented by the pollinia. So this pollinia, they are nothing but these are the balloon-like structures having the different parts like the caudicle and the body, and they are, if the stamens they are one, then it consists of the 2 pollinia. So it means 2 pollinia, it represents the 1 stamen, and this pollinia, they are attached, means stamens, they are attached to the gynoecium, and thus there is a formation of a complex structure. It is known as the gynostemium. That is the part of the stamen, that is, and part of the gynoecium, they fuse together and forming a complex structure. It is called as the gynostemium. It is very important characteristic of the family Orchidaceae. So let us see in detail when I will sketch the diagram. Then if we see the gynoecium, so the gynoecium, it is tricarpellary, that is consists of the 3 carpels, tricarpellary, syncarpus, inferior ovary with the parietal placentation. Parietal placentation is present. Locules, it is 1, and thus here this gynoecium, that is style, there are 3 stigmas. Out of that 1 stigma, it get modified into a beak-like structure. It is known as the rostellum, and the stigma and the androecium part, it get fused together and form the gynostemium. And if we see the type of fruit, so it is the capsule type of fruit. So the fruit dioecious after maturity, so it is the capsule type. Now let us see about the structure of the flower in this family Orchidaceae. Now, if we see the structure of the flower, so it is very typical in the family Orchidaceae. So here, this is the structure of the gynostemium. Here, let us see what is the mean by this gynostemium. So here, these are the two pollinia. So these are the two pollinia. This is one and this is second. So these two pollinia, it constitutes the one stamen. So if we see the anther, it consists of these two lobes. These are known as the anther lobe. This is one lobe, this is another lobe. But here, in case of the family Orchidaceae, these two lobes, they represents that pollinia. And so thus here two pollinia, it means there is a presence of the one stamen. So thus here two pollinia are present in many orchids. These pollinia, they show the presence of here a stalk. The stalk, it is known as the caudicle. Stalk of the pollinia, it is known as the caudicle. And this caudicle, it attaches at its base to a sticky disc-like structure. It is known as the glandula. So this is the glandula. And here, this there is a presence of the three stigmas. Out of that, one stigma, it becomes sterile, and the stigma, it is known as sterile stigma, it is known as the rostellum. So this is the rostellum, and it get fused at the upper portion, that is the stigma, and these two pollinia, they get fused together and forms a columnar structure, or it is made called as the column. So this is the column, and here this rostellum, which forms this beak-like structure, below it there is a presence of, this is the part of the labellum. So this labellum, it is nothing but, it is a large staple of, so this is the large staple of the outer whole of the perianth lobe. And here so this is the part of the perianth lobes. This is the another two tepals, and here this is one tepal, this is another tepal, and this is the third one. And here there is a presence of, so this is the ovary, and this ovary, it attaches, or this entire this fruit, this flower, it attaches to the part of the peduncle, that is the inflorescence. So this is the ovary. This is the outer hole of perianth. This is the inner hole of perianth, having this labellum, inner hole of perianth. So thus here, if we see the structure of the flower, it shows the presence of this ovary. Ovary is below, so it is flower, it is epigynous, and from above the ovary these parts are produced. It consists of the 6 tepals, in 2 holes, in outer hole 3 tepals, in inner hole 3 tepals. So here one tepal, it is somewhat large in size, and this tepal, it get modified into a many times spur like structure known as the labellum, and this labellum, it is very important for attracting insects for the pollination. And the important part is the androecium and gynoecium. As I told you, the androecium, it consists of the 2 pollinia having a stalk called as the caudicle, and below it, it attaches to a sticky disc-like structure called as the glandula, and these 2 pollinia, that is part of the androecium, it fuses with the part of the gynoecium, and this part, it is known as the column, and this beak-like structure, which is the sterile stigma, it is known as the rostellum, and this part, large tepal, it is called as the labellum. So thus here this complex structure, that is the fusion of the part of the androecium and gynoecium and forms a complex structure, it is known as the gynostemium. So thus this is the structure of the flower of the Orchidaceae. Now let us see about the distinguishing characters of the family. So if we see distinguishing characters, so mostly these plants, these are perennial, terrestrial or epiphytic herbs. So if we see the root in epiphytic plants, these roots, these are of 3 types, that is the aerial root, clinging root, and the absorbing roots. And in terrestrial plant, these roots, they are adventitious. Then these leaves, they are distichous in epiphytic orchids and with seeding lip bases. Inflorescence, it is the racemose spike type. Flowers are zygomorphic, bisexual and epigynous. Flower, it turns through 180-degree angle, and there is a presence of 1 or 2 stamens with pollinia. Gynostemium is formed, and the gynoecium is tricarpellary inferior with parietal placentation, and the fruit is the capsule type. So these are the distinguishing characters of the family. Now let us see about the floral diagram and floral formula. So first let us see about the floral formula of the family. So here the flowers, they are bracteate, they are zygomorphic, having the both types of sex organs, so it is bisexual. Perianth, they consist of the 6 tepals in 2 holes of 3 each, so P for perianth, 3 plus 3. Androecium, it may be consists of one or three stamens, and if you see the Gynoecium, it consists of the three carpels. These carpels, they are united and they are present in the inferior condition. And here the part of the Androecium and Gynoecium, they fuse with each other and there is a formation of the gynostemium condition. And if you see here the floral diagram is like this. So this is the floral diagram of the family Orchidaceae. So here the flower is bracteate, it is zygomorphic, bisexual, both Androecium and Gynoecium they are present. Perianth, it consists of the 6 tepals in 3 whorls, in outer whorl 3, in inner whorl 3. Out of the 3 tepals of the inner whorl, one is large in size, get modified into a labellum. Then Androecium, it consists of a single stamen. Gynoecium, it consists of the 3 carpels, tricarpellary, syncarpus, inferior ovary with parietal placentation, and here the stamen, it is attached to the part of the gynoecium. So there is a formation of the gynostemium. So thus this is the floral diagram of the family. Now let us see about the economic importance of the family. So if you see the plants of this family, first is the Vanda Roxburghi. So this, if you see the economic importance, so the flowers of this plant, they are very attractive, and so generally it is planted as a ornamental plant in the garden and also in the terrace garden. So these roots of this plant, they are used in the rheumatism or rheumatic pains, and also it is used as an antidote for the scorpion sting. For the scorpion sting, it is used. The next is the Vanilla planifolia. So this Vanilla planifolia, from the pods of this plant, the vanilla powder is obtained, and this vanilla powder, it is used for flavoring the different types of the food material. So out of, we know that, so vanilla ice cream, it is very famous. So this powder, it is used for the flavoring of the vanilla ice cream also. Then next is the vanilla spatulata. So this plant, it is used in the treatment of the asthma and also in the treatment of the tuberculosis. In the tuberculosis and asthma it is used. The mini plant like the dendrobium species, then the Habenaria species, then the Iridis, then Blatelia. So this species of all these genera, so these plants, they are having the attractive flowers, and so it is also planted in the gardens for the ornamental purpose. So this here, these are some plants and their economic importance of the family Orchidaceae. So I am going to conclude here. Thank you very much.